I would like to ask two questions based on the assumptions in this report that I read. And there are two assumptions that I think should be addressed, and I'd like to hear from you on. One of the assumptions we spoke with earlier with OPAGA and EDR, which is the study takes the assumption that all of the film activity that occurs in Florida only occurs because we're giving the incentive. Yet we learned from OPAGA, who surveyed 1,300 of the recipients, 1,000 didn't even consider it important enough to respond to the question, what would happen if we took away your incentive? 300 did. Of the 300 that did, 2/3 said essentially nothing. We'll continue with business as usual, maybe scale it back. And only 1/3 or 100 of the 1,300 said, we're leaving. Given that your assumption is but for, how do you reconcile your assumption with the data we've received from OPAGA and respond to that?
Well, let's go to this side of the panel for that response first.
I have a good story about that. There's a feature film about to shoot in the Tampa area called The Infiltrator right now. It's a Florida story, and technically it would fall into your classification there where similar but maybe scaled back. They're shooting 8 days in the Tampa area, spending $2.1 million is the Florida budget. They're shooting the remaining 32 days in the UK and spending $24 million over there. So based on the statistic earlier, yes, that would fall into the category of 2/3 that would still come here, maybe just scale back a little bit. That's the perfect example of scaled back. We lost $20 million worth of direct spending in the Tampa area because we didn't have a competitive program.